Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and today I am going to do a first look at the rotating precision press by WRMK. And interestingly enough, Craft Stash actually just released this under their craft tools. So they have something that is very similar. So I think you'll be able to find it at both from both brands. And this is something that I got myself. I blame Terry for this because I saw it and then I was trying not to look too closely at it, and then Terry brought it up, and so then I took a closer look and now you know what happened. So what does the rotating precision press do? It allows you to basically do easy stamping to create your own wreath design or anything kind of circular, semicircular. And it's really interesting because it's very compact. I think that's one of the things that is a big selling feature for it, but also I've seen videos. I got mine on HSN because it had a great price, plus it came included with a few stamp sets, and so I thought for the price that was a great deal. Craft Stash has a wonderful price on it as well for their brand, which I think it looks the same. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it does look identical. And then scrapbook.com sells it too. I think just the tool, not as a bundle. So, being a first look, I don't know exactly how this all works, but I did watch some videos on it because HSN does a really good job. They have demos and whatnot when they bring a product on for sale. So, this is what it looks like. I took it out of the box, but I haven't done anything more than just that. What comes included is you have your stamping platform, and I'm not a super fan of this style of stamping platform because you can see I can move this around. There's some play here. So in terms of precision, I don't know that that is the right word because not that it's impossible to stamp multiple times in exactly the same location. It's certainly possible and easier than just stamping using your acrylic block by hand, but it's not going to be as, precise, like repeatably precise every time. So just because there is a little bit of play here, and one time you could be pushed a little bit over this way, and another time you could be pushed a little bit more to the left. So you really have to focus on just going straight up and down. That being said, for building wreaths, I don't know how important that is. So I'm totally fine with it for this particular application. So you do have your what they call the lid. You've got your baseboard with a registration here. So this can actually take paper up to 12 inches. So if you're a scrapbooker, I think that's a big selling feature. I usually make A2 size cards, which are pretty small. So you can go as small as 4 inches square in terms of what you're stamping onto. And then this I think is what makes it pretty unique. There's this knob here. Oh, the magnet is strong. Okay, so there's this knob here. There's 2 magnets, and you just rotate this, and that will rotate your paper. So very, very neat. And on here, it's really easy in that it's very specific clicks. So each click is there's a lot of numbers on here. There's a lot of different degrees and for rotation and whatnot, but what you can do is just follow a particular color if you want, or just wing it, I think is the other what I might end up doing. So these are polarized, so you do have to kind of get them, in the right way, the magnets that is. So there's that. And then, you know what would have been nice though is, okay, so just like a little bit, I have a master's degree in usability, so I just always kind of think about these things, but see how right here, etched in is an arrow. That's to kind of line up and register if you were following specific degrees. It's so that you can line up this arrow or these tick marks with that. But when you're stamping like this dial blocks that arrow. So if I'm just sitting how I'm sitting, not looking like with my head right over top, I can't see that at all. It would have been better if they put the arrow indicator down here. You put the arrow indicator down here. As a crafter just crafting, this is visible to me where I'm sitting. For you, my camera is directly over top, so it's very visible for you on both ends, but from here, where I'm sitting, like I'm sitting back here, right? I can't see that arrow, so I can't tell what's lined up with what. Because they do have these convenient grooves all the way down, so that helps your eye track. You're not trying to track something up here with something down here. There's a groove that leads all the way down. So, next time you guys are making it, put the arrow down here. just my 2 cents. Nobody gave me this, by the way. And even if they did, you all know me if you've seen any of my first look videos. I really can't help just saying what comes to mind as I'm going through it. So the dial is meant for you to be able to create these really great patterns. So you can stamp 24 times all the way around in a circle. You can stamp 12, 8, 6, 4, however you want. It's just really convenient to have the dial to move things around. And there's lots of arrows here, so that's kind of interesting as well. And what I think I remember from the video is that if you are stamping onto a 4-inch square piece of paper, what you want to do, these dash lines, the solid lines, you line your paper edges up with that. The dash lines are where you want to line up your stamp, so that when it stamps, it's going to fall kind of in that circular pattern there. So I don't know if we're aiming to put our stamp within that. That's my assumption, but let me read. Set the magnetic knob to 0, lift knob, and place paper. Well, let's just go and do this as I'm reading it. So I do have, this is 100-pound cover weight, and I'll go ahead and line that up at the 4-inch. That's the size that I cut it to. And this is strong. Be careful not to pinch your finger. Lift magnetic knob and place paper on baseboard according to the guideline. We're at that step. Got it. Position the stamps in the middle of the lid within okay, so it's within the 6-inch if you're, that's where they're at. Okay. Within the 6-inch guideline and desired angle range. Oh, interesting. Okay. So on the lid, oh, that's interesting. Okay. That makes sense because we're going to put I'm doing a 4-inch, so piece of paper. So I need to make sure that my stamp, this is the smallest size you can go. So I need to make sure my stamp is within this arch here. And depending on how many times around I want to stamp it, I want to make sure it's within that specific angle range as well. So for example, here, if you're planning to stamp something just 4 times around, then it just needs to be within the 90 degree. So with 90 degrees is the whole area. If you're stamping 6 times around the circle, then what you need is to stay within the 60-degree zone. So stay between there and there. Oh, this is really cool. This does make it really easy peasy. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I want to use this stamp set. This just released from Trinity Stamps. Hugs. The main word is hugs, and what I wanted to do is maybe create. I'm gonna do this with a sentiment and maybe make the sentiment go all the way around in a circle multiple times. And just want to find across the miles I like. From me to you. Okay, let's do a couple of them. Let's see what happens. 'Cause maybe I could do this a couple times actually. Across the miles. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so 4-inch. I don't have a ton, and I think I can get this between the 45-degree mark. So I can get this between the 45-degree angle, and so I can stamp it. It looks like 8 times around. So what I'm going to do is flip this over to the back. And because that's where we're gonna place. Oh, I may not. Actually, I'm gonna just curve this ever so slightly. Sending across. Okay. Oh, cool. Ooh, yeah, this will just. I wonder if it's going to be too close. It's cutting it pretty close. It's over this line a little bit. Let's nudge it a little. And I'm trying to really follow the arc so we get like a nice circle. Okay. Wish me luck, folks. Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess I should keep on reading. I presume it's just ink and then stamp. Yeah, ink and stamp, and I said we were within the 45, so we're gonna end up turning this 8 times. And let's see. Okay. So this. Boop. Okay. And then 45 degrees is where I need to rotate it. So you know what's good? I can see this arrow. I didn't see initially that there is an arrow here, and I can see that from here. So actually that works out really well, because down here your paper is going to cover that little registration down there. So yeah, that's not necessary. Oh, I'm within 60 degrees actually, not 45. So I need to turn this to 60. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so cool. All right. That on there. That. Then another 60 degrees. You can ink it and then just place it here and then rotate if you want, because it's lifted, it's not touching. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay. Or you can rotate and then stamp. So on here there's like 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and it's clearly marked on the dial. So then I go 30 degrees, or 60 degrees, I mean. So you can rotate, then take it off, and then place it back on. Because you need this top plate to see the arrow, and it helps. You can line up your stamp with where it left off too. It really holds onto the paper, and it really does rotate the paper really well. So that's really cool. I mean, it's very secure there, and yet it does move your paper. Oh my gosh. Look how cool. And then, so here's what I thought I would try. Okay, this is, I want to clean this stamp. Okay, I'll have to wait to clean the stamp. I don't know where my thing is. But what I want to do is I want to play with the idea of doing another set of sentiments on the inside of that. So let me find a shorter one, and that way it can go in a little tighter of an angle. So that was across the miles, and then the main sentiment is going to be hugs. So it's going to be hugs across the miles. Where is like sending? Here we go, sending. I knew there had to be sending. Okay. And sending, I can fit this within the 15, no. It's gonna have to be within the 30 degree. So these black lines are 30 degrees, and so I can get this. Now I can't put this right at the dash line for the 4-inch because that's where that first row is. So for example, now if I put this down, you can kind of see this is going to stamp on the inside of that first circle of sentiments. So then we'll have the word sending going all the way around, and then hugs in the middle. So sending hugs across the miles, or across the miles sending hugs. Either way, I think it'll work. Okay, let's get that secured down. And I'm within the 30 degree guides. So this is gonna go around 12 times. Yeah. Boop. Look at that. And then, yikes. This is honestly pretty cool. I don't do a lot of wreaths, but I like the idea of doing this. So that's 30. Ooh, I'm a little worried that I'm gonna be right on the G, so... Oh boy. This is pretty close. Should I do it, folks? It looks like it might be overlapping. If I go straight up and down, it's gonna be really close to the G. What to do? I can push this over. I can nudge this over intentionally. But by the time we get all the way around, I might not make it evenly. So then I could go just turn it one notch. But again, I don't know what's going to happen if it's going to be even spacing. Well, let's just try and see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's just paper. So now I'm just winging it. I'm not going by the degrees on here anymore. I'm basically spinning it until it looks evenly spaced from the where it left off. I'm getting very messy with my inking. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. This is pretty cool. I am liking this. I don't do a lot of... Okay, so now you can see I have like I have a gap there that I don't think I'm going to be able to fill. Oh, I am. Hey, that worked out evenly. Oh, that's really cool. Check that out. Wow, they really figured it all out. Look. That's pretty darn cool. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and take this off because I think I'm done with all of the stamping. I think it's really, I mean, wreaths are pretty cool, but I like being able to do these this circular sentiment stamping. And then in this stamp set, I can put hugs like right in the center there, or maybe down here with an image. I love it. Very, very cool. Lots of fun. So that is a first look at the rotating precision press I got the one that is from We Are Makers, and I'll leave links to this particular one from We Are Makers, but I'll also link to the Craft Stash one in case there are folks overseas, because Craft Stash is a UK company. So if that's faster, easier for you to order from there, then there you have options, because I think theirs is pretty much the same thing. So there's that. I am going to have some more fun with this, and I don't know that I'll do an in-depth review of this, but I'll definitely be using it more, so you'll probably see it in my regular tutorial and process videos. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and as I'm using this more and getting more familiar with them, hopefully I'll be able to answer those questions for you. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.